Hi guys, it's Radical from Radical, and this guide contains a way to make your Kensei viable on a higher bracket. As a character that doesn't have a pushback mechanic, Kensei's situation is somewhat lacking when facing a good player due to a slow animation from his side attack, which makes this character lacking when it comes to opening variation. Okay, based on the current situations, the best options for Kensei to land a hit is either by doing top light, guard break, and probably a parry. But the most interesting part is when and how to land a confirmed hit to your opponent, since there are two options to turn your Kensei into a deadly accurate character without heavily relying on parry. The first option is to utilize feint, which is by far my favorite strategy. The good things about Kensei feint lies in the heavy attack animation that somewhat resemble your light attack. At this point, you can use the feint attack to test your opponent's reactions, or punish those type of people that aggressively trying to parry your attack. And if you successfully forcing your enemy to go full defense, you can swap your feint into a guard break. The second one is timing. While this option is pretty much serve as a basic strategy, timing is the core element if you want to master Kensei. How does it work? Simply by acting a bit faster before your enemy. Yes, it requires a lot of practice and knowledge about your opponent's character, but trust me, it is really worth doing it. Now, and when you are able to predict your opponent's movement, your dash attack can be a viable option, since this type of attack will readjust the camera, while at the same time making your enemy hard to guess your next move. Obviously, this makes timing one of the most punishing yet the best option when you are fighting against a veteran player. Okay, in order to predict your opponent's movement, first of all, you must know your opponent's current characteristic. An aggressive player tends to have shorter delay between action, while a patient player tends to wait for you to make the next move. In this case, using feint and guard break are the most reliable and yet safe options to analyze your enemy. Okay, let's move to the next situation. Assuming that you finally able to land a blow to your opponent, and then what are you going to do? During this moment, Kensei is one of those characters that shines, since there are so many options available at very short time. Now, in order for you to choose your type of attack, first you must know your opponent's way of play. A non-assassin type of character tend to stay while trying to block or parry your attack. When fighting this type of opponent, you can either feint into a guard break, light attack, or just mix it up with light on heavy attack chain. Assassin type, however, tend to do counter your chain by using dash attack because their guard stance are not so reliable. This means that using side attack chain or feint to parry your enemy attack are the best options against this type of class. Okay, moving the most important part for Kensei, which is the last chain. Now, it is very important to chain your last attack into a top unbreakable attack. The main reason because that attack open so many options, and most of them will do a lot of damage to your enemy. Using side attack on the other hand is pretty much predictable, but can be effective as a feinting tool to get a parry, or just switching into a light attack or guard break. Okay, let's talk about an unbreakable top heavy attack. Okay, I must warn you to not rely on using this type of attack to hit your enemy, because it is so easy to counter it, either by just parry or using a side dash. Instead, you can use this attack as a decoy to successfully land your side attack. Well, sometimes you can just let your unbreakable attack go when you are about to bumping your opponent into a wall, or when you know that your opponent are expecting attack from the side. Okay, let's move into a side heavy attack. Now, this type of attack will give you an armor buff, which is very useful for trading hits. Also, this type of attack are able to chase people that trying to dodge sideways. You can also able to feint it, which is very effective to counter your opponent's parry attack. Okay, this part contains several tricks that you can use to improve your Kensei. The first one is a Kensei unique top heavy animations that only occur when you successfully land a right dash attack. In this moment, Kensei will use a jumping attack animation instead of the normal one. This type of attack will cause several players to lose concentration for a while, and you can use this moment to feign it into a gut breaks, light top, or parry, or maybe even just let it go and then go to the last combo. The next one is a tip when fighting against a full defense conqueror. Okay, this type of conquerors can be really hard to deal with since he will rarely do any directional attack while at the same time just block your attack while countering gut break most of the time. Now the trick to counter this strategy is to concentrate to their lower body part. The main reason because the conqueror need to use dash in order to use their shield charge. So when their feet suddenly has a different animation, you quickly line the top animation to a gut break in order to retaliate and gain the advantages. Okay, next one is Kensei Zone Tech. Okay, thanks to Fredooz on Discord, I am able to find out that Kensei Zone Attack is somewhat viable on real situation. The bad news is that this trick requires you to turn off the guard mode while facing your enemy backwards. The good news is that this stats give you an armor buff, which means that it can be used as a last resource or to land last hit against the dying enemy that's being aggressive. The last one is Kensei attack range. Currently, Kensei is the second best when it comes to a long range combat. You can use these advantages to catch other character off guard by your top light. Well, that's pretty much all I got for now about how to turn Kensei into a strong character without being ultra passive while relying on parry on your source attack at the higher bracket. If you got any feedback or maybe stuff about Kensei that I didn't know about, feel free to put it on the comment section below. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. This is Radical from Sus Radical. Happy practicing and see you guys another time. Sampai jumpa.